The first speaker is basically coming to lay the case for us, give us the major definition. That a negative team cannot fulfill their burden of refutal perfectly well, but are very good case layers. You will lose because you have not refuted. What makes debate is engagement, refutal. There must be a point at which we do not agree. So if I present a very good case and Dorothy presents a very good case and we are all perfect good case layers, then there is no debate. So take note of some of those things. They will help you in your rounds. And then the second, affirmative speaker, because there is already some kind of content on the floor, you are expected to start by engaging that content. It is good strategy to rebut before you review. So because there is already some kind of content, we expect you to come and rebut, and then review, tell us why you think particular things that were said and truly are actually untrue or true for that matter regarding where your side is. So second speakers, batting and rebuilding, basically. That speakers are evaluative speakers in nature, that is to say they come to weigh and close the debate, not necessarily closing, but closing the new, like engaging material or like summarizing the debate for us. That includes weighing for us clash points, that includes telling us why you're a better team than your opponents, that includes telling us why you win on particular arguments and why your opponents lose on particular arguments. That is basically the role of a third speaker, and I hope that people that will come here to debate in the model debate will be able to show you those roles. Then lastly, we have reply speeches. The thing you need to know about reply speeches is that the first reply speech comes from the negative side, and reply speeches are only given by either the first speaker or second speaker, but not the third speaker. So if your third speaker is the most eloquent you have on the team, perhaps most persuasive, then you might want to reconsider if you want them to practice or present your reply speeches. So basically, those are the speaker roles in world schools. And maybe the most interesting aspect is the aspect of POIs, points of information. Points of information are given during unprotected time. So when a speaker starts to speak, they have 1 minute protected at the beginning and the last 1 minute protected. That means that the time that is not protected in between their speeches is the time when you are allowed to ask for POIs. Public speakers, you are requested to move up, take the staircase. There is a very big call up for you. If you're a public speaker, quietly and gently move out and join your colleagues up there. Gently and quietly. So about POIs, or points of information, they are asked by members of the opponent team. I hope there is no scenario where a teammate wants to ask their teammates a POI. Can we have that scenario? Yes, some people are bold. You can want to ask your fellow teammates, but whether they choose you or not, the punishment is on them. That, like, everyone is raising a POI, but somehow you're not picking any, and you want us to think you're very confident in what you're saying. The only thing that comes to my mind is that, oh, that kid is very scared of the question coming. They don't have content. So be careful. I would encourage each and every person to take a POI when it is raised. Take at least one. Take a POI, engage. Points of information, by the way, are not to pull you down. Sometimes you can preempt the case of your opponents by the POI they raise. That someone raises a POI and you see the kind of angle they're trying to come from. So you can always engage from that point of view. So it is very good practice and very democratic for you to go ahead and engage. Is that clear? So take POIs. If you don't take POIs, don't blame us when you don't appear among top speakers. Yes. And then there is such a thing as badgering. Guys, if someone does not pick your POI and you say, POI, 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 like a song, it's very unpleasant and it is not allowed. If you are to raise a POI, raise your POI, say POI, count at least 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 15. Raise again, but don't say POI, POI, POI speaker, POI speaker. No, we shall not entertain that in this year's nationals. Is that clear? So now that we're done with the formats, I would like to tell you a few things that we'll be observing in this particular tournament. First of all, I want to make clarity on motions, and I want you to write some of these things down so that you don't follow me to my room to ask me. First of all, clarity on motions. There was an error. I think you've noticed that round 1 is an impromptu. It has never been heard of that a round 1 is an impromptu. Round 1. being an impromptu. It's very unheard of, and that is why I'm here to give you these particular clarifications. I am saying this here, and if you go in a room and you claim to not have heard or claim to have been absent, I promise you that that is on you. So in round 1, we shall use the motion for round 2. Is that clear? Motion 1 or round 1 is not an impromptu. It's going to be motion for round 2. Is that clear? Then round 2 is going to be motion 4. Are you hearing me well? Round 1, we are going to use motion 2 for round 2. Okay, the motion that is meant for round 2 shall not go for round 2. It shall go for round 1. Is that clear? Guys, respond so that I know whether to pardon or to proceed. Do you understand to that extent? Pardon? You want pardon? In round 2, we shall use the motion for round 4. Meaning that the motion that is designated for round 4 will come to round 2. These are prepared motions, so I'll not give you any extra prep time. Is that okay? Even if it weren't. In round 3, it is going to be an impromptu motion. An impromptu motion, now that I've talked about it, let me extensively tell you a few rules and guidelines, so that when I catch you, I am justified to take action. Round 3 is going to be an impromptu motion. An impromptu motion means that the motion is not prepared for. It means that I come here and I read to you the motion and I give you 15 minutes to prepare for that motion, and then you debate that motion that very time after the 15 minutes. Impromptu motions, for purposes of this tournament, shall have the following rules. First of all, they are exclusively, the word is exclusively, prepared for by the debaters. I didn't say the school team, I said the debaters. So that you don't say, from our school we are a team of 7 people and we are a school team, and as such we can prep. I said exclusively debaters. That means that the team of 3 people will sit and within those 15 minutes come up with a case of their own. Is that clear? Yeah. Now you might ask me, what will you do? What will I do? This is what I will do. I will disqualify you. If I find your patron prepping for you, or any other student for that matter, I swear on my honor that I will disqualify you. Those who have seen me in some sub-regionals, I disqualified teams for defaulting my impromptu rules. And I mean it when I say it, because I have done it before and I don't fear to do it again, especially because it is for your own good as debaters, because these motions have been prepared for you by your patrons, by your elder sisters and ministers that you know. But this impromptu is an opportunity for you to assess your ability to make a productive case as a debater. Because moving forward, for example, when you go to university, you won't have patrons to prep for you. At university, in fact, they're only impromptu rounds. They don't give you motions before, even give you a theme for that matter. You just show up, they give you a motion, 15 minutes, and you go in for the round. So, impromptu motions are for the sake of the students. Dear patrons, avoid interrupting with this progress. If you must know whether your students are doing well or not, this is an opportunity. How they score in an impromptu round is an opportunity for you to gauge where to put the effort. That is why you're encouraged to discuss or read more on case construction as opposed to getting all the effort and making for debaters' cases. That means that impromptus are the only level ground I have to assess each and every person here. Is that clear? So, no gadgets are allowed on impromptu motions. No gadgets. You don't ask Mr. Google for anything. I give you the motion. The only things I will allow is a dictionary, a constitution of this republic, and any other material that falls in that category. Is that clear? So it will look like this. That when I announce the impromptu motion, the three people move to their respective rooms. Do you understand? Don't go to the compound, don't go to the toilet, don't go anywhere. Go to your respective rooms and prepare your cases from there. If I meet you on the compound, which compound is not your debate room, but you're preparing, I will take it as a breach and I will punish you for that. I will treat you as if you were trying to consult any other person. I am making this as clear as I can, so that when the time comes, I am very justified to take action. Do you understand, debaters? I'm not trying to scare you. I am trying to help you, but I'm a tough mom for today only. So, once impromptus are given, move to your rooms, the three people, prepare from your rooms, and an adjudicator will be there to supervise that preparation. Because we want to ensure that everything is kept to the dot. That said, no gadgets, preparation in rooms, no patrons interference, no schoolmates interference, no anything other than the three heads doing that motion. If that is clear, then I'll move on to my next communication. The punishment, for purposes of emphasis, because I'm going to do it, I will disqualify you if you cheat an impromptu. That's simple. Now let's go. So I said round 3 is going to be an impromptu motion. Round 4, we shall use the motion that is meant for round 6. So round 3 is impromptu, then round 4 is a prepared for motion. Now the motion that is meant for round 6 is what we'll fill in for round 4. Is that very clear? That means that the remaining 3 rounds are impromptus. I'm going to give you 7 debate rounds. It is a very fair opportunity for you to objectively represent yourself and your school, because you are over 120 something teams. So I can't give you 5 or even 3 preliminary rounds. So I'll give you 7. So in those 7 rounds, you can win all of them, or you can choose not to win any. The choice is in your hands. So you have 7 opportunities to break. But again, you're not obligated to win. So round 5, 6, and 7 are impromptus. All impromptus are silent rounds. So out of the 7, only 3 rounds are open. Open rounds means that they are going to give you your results and even tell you why they have given you either a loss or a win. Those are open rounds. Impromptu rounds, after the debate, you just march out and enjoy whatever there is to enjoy. But of course, there is tabulation, and after the tournament, the results will reflect, so you will have an opportunity to know whether you missed or won a particular round. Closed rounds are fun, because there are debate rooms where you go to and you honestly don't wish to know that result, lest it affects your participation. So they are very nice, utilize them, enjoy them. And then after that, I will be doing breaks. This is how we are going to break. Patrons, pay attention, because I understand how this tournament is very important to you. And please don't come to box me in the event that you don't break, especially because you don't understand the criteria to win your teams. So because we are over 124 teams, I cannot, ideally I should be breaking to like quarterfinals, right? Is that what is on the program? But quarterfinals only favors 4 teams. So imagine breaking from 100 to quarterfinals, meaning a lot of people will be dropped. So because I am a good mom and caring for that matter, I decided, okay, it is important that we are going to break to octos. But the most important clarity is, okay, there is going to be double partial octos, then octos. Do you understand? Yeah, we're going to take it slowly. We're going to understand it. Double partial octos means that out of those many teams, I have decided to break 24 teams. Yeah? So 24 teams break. But because I want to go to octofinals and I don't want to neglect the other teams, I am going to protect the first 8 teams on top, yes? And allow the other 6 teams to compete. The other 8 teams to compete, because I need 16 teams for octofinals. Do you understand? Okay. Again, let me just repeat for you. Octofinals is the ideal thing. But because we have many teams, I want to give a greater opportunity, like an advantage, to make sure that my breaking favors or matches with the number of teams that I have. Yes? So instead of breaking 16 people, I am going to break 24 people for double octos, right? But while breaking those 24 people, only 8 are going to be protected. The first 8 people are going to be protected. That leaves you, when you get 24 minus 8, you have 16, right? So those 16 people are going to debate the double partial octos to give me the other 8 to go and make the other 8 people that are protected. Does that make sense? So it means that when you break in double octos, it means that you aren't meant to break, but you have an opportunity to still compete and get to finals. At that point, it is a knockout round. There is a famous, when I was growing up, I used to watch village championships. And in Ankole, somewhere there, they would say, Baptero Shohore, they beat you, you go. That is what they used to say. So, breaks are that category. Baptera or Shohora. When they beat you, till next year. Is that okay? So don't, after preliminary rounds, all of you will debate. From round 2, from round 1, up to round 7, even if you decided to lose all those rounds, you will still debate all of them. Yeah, you can clap for that. Clap for that. It's a very good thing. Okay. So, after the octofinals, which will be 16 teams, I will break to quarterfinals. Quarterfinals are 8 teams. It means that teams that have made out of octofinals are now going to meet for quarterfinals. Those are 8 teams. After quarterfinals, they will show the octas here, or take out some others. And then we shall have 4 teams. So out of 100 and something, we shall now have 4 teams for the semi-finals. Those will be almost like the stars of this entire tournament. So when we get to semi-finals, obviously, we shall break the best 2, semi-final 1, semi-final 2, and then we'll make the grand finale. Is that clear? So that is the order in which you are going to break. How do I break? I'll break you according to the wins that you have. Yeah? It means that in those 7 preliminary rounds, if there is a team that gets 7 wins, they break automatically as number 1 on tab. You'll be seeing the progress. Good thing the tab is electronic and it will be running live. Is that okay? So, wins, 7 wins, break automatically. Because we are very many teams, it's even possible to actually have like all the 24 teams having 7 wins, highly unlikely, but well, I would love to see it if you would challenge me. So we'll have breaks on wins, 7 wins, then to 6 wins, then